ہے بادہ مست بادہ آشا میں احمدیت، ہے بادہ مست بادہ آشا میں احمدیت، چلتا ہے دور مینا وجہ میں احمدیت، تشنا لبوں کی خاطر ہر سمت گھومتے ہیں، تھامے ہوئے سب ہوئے گلفاں میں احمدیت، خدا 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 میں احمدیت، چمکا پھر آسمان مشرق۔
In February 2014, the MKA USA National Amla made a historic trip to London for the sole purpose of meeting Hazrat Khalifatul Masih and seeking his guidance. More than 40 members of the Amla made the journey across the Atlantic. For many, this was their first trip to England and their first Amla meeting with Hazur. But for all, it was an experience they will never forget.
From the beginning of the trip, I was very impressed. Didn't really know what to look for when I was getting picked up. So I was kind of walking around a little bit, but then I saw a man holding a sign that said "Welcome MKA USA," and I was just blown away from that. It wasn't a piece of paper; it was a laminated piece of paper, and so I was just like, "All right, be ready for whatever's coming."
The Amla members attended Jummah prayers led by Hazur at Batul Fatu. Privileged enough to sit in the front 2 rows at the mosque, their black and white dress was an impressive sight on MTA. Afterwards, the group toured the MTA studios and met some of the on-air personalities commonly seen on MTA. They also had a tour of a historic picture gallery, bringing the history of Islam Ahmadiyyat to life. A special dinner was held in the evening as a social event with the MKA UK Amla. The superb hospitality of the UK Khuddam was on display.
Been waited on hand and foot. It's just a phenomenal experience. We've had so much to do. I'm going to go back tireder than when I came. Jet lag is false. It's more about being with the UK, MKA UK fellas, because they have such good energy. And everybody was such a delight to be around. And that's true brotherhood.
On February 22nd, the MKA USA Amla met with Hazur. Each member presented the highlights of their department as Hazur listened, asked questions, and gave suggestions.
One of my favorite spots while he was asking me questions about my particular department was when I honed in on Huzur's face. The rest of the world just kind of melted away. It was so peaceful and so serene, it was phenomenal. When I had to look away for my notes, nerves came back. I realized there were still people in the room. When I went back to Huzur, everything was calm again. It was just an amazing feeling, and that's what I'll take back the most.
So Sunday we started off by going to Jamia, and Jamia was just, it wasn't just a regular old nondescript office building. I mean, this was a ship. It was essentially a ship, and it had a beautiful, beautiful grounds, wooded area, 2 football fields, 2 basketball courts, tennis court, and it was just really impressive to see something of this caliber within the Jamaat. the organization they had there was very attractive. Made some of the Amla members, including myself, say, "Man, we kind of wish we came to Jamia here. It seems really neat." And then we had a great snack there, did namaz there, and that was really cool. After that, we went to Hadiqat al-Mahdi, and we got to see the site of where Jalsa is held, without all the tents and without all the fanfare, which was really cool because we can see the before. And inshallah, many of us will come for the Jalsa this year to see what it looks like in the hustle and bustle of Jalsa season. Then right after that, we went to Islamabad. Islamabad was interesting. I haven't been there in a very long time, so I didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden, we see the grave site of the 4th Khalifa and his wife, Hazrat Asma Sahiba, and it was just like it stole the breath out of our chests. We all got very speechless. It was a very heart-rendering moment because the 4th Khalifa just touched every single one of us and had even named many of us as well. So we had that really close connection with the 4th Khalifa. So we prayed there for a really long time, and we stood there just in contemplation for a really long time. And it was just a very emotional moment, and I was very proud to be there, very humbled to be there at that moment in time with my fellow brothers and Amla members. And then after that, we took a tour of the grounds and we saw the horses. We got to see Sada Saab ride around on a horse, and we got to see me nearly wet my pants getting attacked by a horse. We got to see some sheep, had a great barbecue, and then we were joined by the legendary Chini Saab, who gave us a great message in fluent Urdu at that, which was really just very inspirational. He had a message of everything that we do should be a form of worship, and that Allah will inshallah bless even the intentions of trying to do that. And then we all got to have a personal quick meeting with him, and this guy had just so much energy that he could meet like almost 50 people at his age and have a conversation with them. It was just remarkable.
If there's a message for Khudam, it's this: that there is nothing that I as a Sadr or that Khudam al-Ahmadi as a Majlis can do for you compared to a meeting between you and your Khalifa. Huzur belongs to everybody, and if there's ever an opportunity to see him, you should seize it. Don't think about the days off work. Don't think about how much the ticket price is going to cost. You will never regret anything that you sacrifice in order to see Huzur. So should ever an opportunity present itself where you can go to London and see Huzur, or if Huzur comes to America and you have an opportunity to see him, don't think twice. Huzur belongs to everybody, and everybody belongs to Huzur. You should see him.